Next match here, King Dedede coming up here with Tank, and on the other side of things, we got Burst with the Sephiroth.
Your favorite character?
I know, I'm actually hoping to see something good here. However, one thing that is pretty interesting about this matchup is how easily Sephiroth dies to straight hit anything. Once you get hit by Dedede at like 60-ish%, you're viable to die. Yeah. So Tank has to have good ledge trapping. He has to be careful how much he jumps, obviously, because short hop bears and short hop bears, much like that, are usually going to beat you out.
Yeah, I know. And, oh! I forget you can even, like, just, like, reflect that with Dedede's inhale. Yeah,
that being a projectile, it's easy to forget sometimes because you don't usually, like you said, see that situation come up. The coverage coming with the up smash, but Dedede, very strong, very heavy, so he's not going to go down to that anytime soon.
Yeah, and being a pass fail, he dies later off the top. So being one of the characters that dies the latest off the top, super grateful for Dedede.
Nice getting frame trap a bit. I mean, you're at those ranges now where you're scared to want to just take the up air that high up, but the F tilt's going to come through. It's not going to actually connect, though. He's going to be able to set up the sledge trap, and that was a very scary spot. That's a guess. Oh, that is not a guess, though. He knew you would not snap, and that's going to catch him with the down B.
Yeah, no, and you barely see Dedede even go for that, but when they do, it's the scariest thing in the world.
Watching a Dedede jump around with Jet Hammer is actually just frightening. It's like, you could just die. That was good waiting for the Gordo to hit, so the shield will drop down, and then potentially not only just get a shield poke, but bait the jump.
Yeah, no, it covers so many options right there. And get off me. Tank just going in.
And you got to have that confident playstyle playing as Dedede. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Burst has had some good moments in terms of spacing with bears, but he's kind of been getting a little bit obvious on where he's been deciding to try and challenge him while they're both on the ground. Like when they're both a character length away, usually he goes for either straight up side B or another option that's straightforward grounded, and Tank is playing around that as he gets an up air and already with another big lead, Reggie.
Yeah, it is so crazy. It's like, in a sense, he is getting overwhelmed by Dedede. And that's like such a crazy sentence to say, because Dedede being one of the slower mobile characters, but Tank is just like all over him, just not letting him get a chance to do what he wants.
And also, speaking of like that mobility, one thing that Dedede does have is that fastball speed. And usually, a lot of Dededes you'll notice will be very obvious with them, but Tank hasn't been. Tank has actually mixed up the landings well, playing very passive on the ground. He's not getting hit by those air dodge reads that were happening in stock 1, and I think that's playing against Burst, because I think Burst is trying to a little bit too hard to figure out what to do, but now Burst is spacing, which is how you play the matchup, and that's working out a lot better so far.
All right, that tilt right there, gonna snuff him out. And hopefully Burst can figure something out. 62% isn't bad if he can close the stock out right here.
Trying to get the flare mix up to hopefully bait an air dodge or something out of Tank, but Tank just not falling for it. He has so many jumps. Tank has him pretty much in the ranges where if he can reverse this ledge trap, he can get a bear and get the kill, which is why he was trying to go for that, hopefully, because Burst has always stayed in that spot. Now Burst is actually staying on the move. That usually is a free grab, but he does not jump. That's going to be a back air, and Tank almost kind of reaching a bit for a follow-up where he doesn't need to, and he's allowing Burst to get back in.
Yeah, that was a rare like overextension we've seen from him, and now 40% done on him. And you're starting to see more signs of life from Burst, and we see the one wing right now.
Yeah, this is a chance for Burst to get himself back in this. You get the double jump there, you get the follow-up on the up air, and that's actually just going to straight up kill! And Burst brings his way back into the game. I think a lot of that came off of the fact that Tank was playing with the lead well at the start, and then it almost felt like he was trying to force a win in neutral where he didn't need to.
Yeah, it was at the point where he just wanted the game to be over.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something you see more in tournament than in friendlies, is like, yo, I want this game to be over so I just can proceed forward to my next round. I don't want to worry about it. And because he tried to force the issue, that's where it led to reversals of situation.
That happens with nerves too, because like you get hit by 1 to 2 aerials, you start thinking, oh, I'm starting to lose. You still have a massive lead though in percent, and Burst took advantage of that well. As that person in that position, if you see while you are behind, someone is looking for like a double jump read on something where you have regularly been shielding, or they're trying to go for a big play, take advantage of that because you see that they're being overly aggressive. And that's exactly how Burst was able to get that W. I think Tank, if he's able to get composed after what just happened, can still very much bring this to a game 3.
If I'm Tank, I am not worrying about anything because I won like 85% of the game in my mind. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I just need to play clean, just not overextend as much, and this game will be mine.
Yeah, and now here onto Hollow Bastion, going to be able to do a couple mix-ups and traps on that platform. That you're lucky you waited on going for that up B, because that would have did a lot of damage off that Gordo Reflect. Okay.
Mr. Cool Guy here.
Triple parry into a very good edge guard going on here, and now the ledge trap is in favor of Burst. Burst regularly going for the space bear, but keeping himself at that max distance, so anything Tank does, like an aggressive D-tilt from that spot, doesn't really give him any fear. Like right there.
Yeah. Okay, almost dying right there.
Reverse up B, goodbye. Yeah, Octoslash will cover that instantly. You have to, it's easier said than done, but you have to try kind of count your jumps in that spot and wait for the ape, like the max distance the Sephiroth can go, let them go, and then you come up with the up B.
Yeah, and if I'm saying this is like now the time to be worrying, because you're getting mad percent done on you, and game one just was outside of your reach.
Yeah, and Dedede in this matchup can struggle while behind, because Dedede requires you to be constantly trying to go on short hop or something like that to get those fares, and once he's conditioned you into shield with enough Gyarados, he gets his throws. Burst is just playing at max distance with Sephiroth like you should, and he's not letting him get in.
Yeah, and I love the patience right there. Just said, I'm going to just take all your shield pressure right there, and I'm just going to get out the corner once you're done, and then on the other side, just taking the stock. This is not looking good.
Yeah, 3 stocks to 1 now. Can Tank be the one to change things up? Well, he's going to go for the jump. That's 2 jumps down. Burst covering it with the falling up air. He knew that he was going to go for a defensive option. This is Tank's opportunity. He needs to win out on this ledge trap. However, not keeping track of the time on Shadow Flare. That's going to end up leading to him getting back on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, wanted a reverse situation on that Gordo. And Burst now feeling himself. Oh my god.
I would have popped up a little bit if Jet Hammer got through that. Something that you can forget sometimes is that it has that armor, but most of the time, Dedede's, at least in later bracket, won't do that too much unless it's worth the trade. Oh, okay. You forgot. But you're up 2 stocks, so at that point, it's just kind of worth it.
Yeah. If you got it, you definitely had something stylish on stream.
We played for the clip out here. Also, that, surprisingly, led to absolutely nothing for Burst. I actually expected Burst to just seal the deal right there because of the fear of that the flare, but like
But in this case, doing like the opposite of what Tank was doing, just playing it more passive now, and just trying to have the game come to him.
Ooh, okay, using the up B instantly to get out of there, but if that was the spot dodge, that was the stock. 39%, you still would have been dead.
All right, just back off.
And that's going to be it. Down smash is going to take it. Something you can see at the very end there, too, is when you are trading off with people on shields and no grabs are happening,